Hello guys and welcome back to Birmingham Fan TV. It's good to be back to winning ways, isn't it, Blues fans? Great result last night. I think that when this goes out it should have been last night. Back to winning ways against Millwall, and I think it was back to the Blues that we've been seeing for the majority of the season. It was good to get the clean sheet first of all. I think clean sheet was massive last night, and I said after my Aston Villa review that the clean sheet is going to be the most important thing coming into this game now, and to score 2 goals I think was also good away from home. So a general sort of overview of the game, I thought Blues actually started really brightly. Actually, I thought we were so sharp out the blocks. You could see that we really wanted to make amends for Sunday's game, and we got the opening goal against 11 on 11. And I thought actually for the majority of the time that they still have 11 players on the pitch, that we were the better team, and I thought that we played better with 11 players versus 11. The goal was really well worked actually, a good ball into the channel for Shea to chase, and to be honest I think most defenders now really don't like coming up against Shea Adams when he's managed to get his body over the ball, because he twists and turns, and he's managed to shimmy his man. I think the centre half slightly slipped, it's given him a half a yard, and Shea's managed to get him round him. I thought his finish was excellent as well. He's so unlucky that that's bounced out, because that's hit the inside of the post and managed to come out. But there was so much pressure coming in from Jukovic that there was no way that he was going to miss that. And in the end, it's gone in off a Millwall defender. And then after that, I thought, again, we kept going at them, and I thought our pressure was good. One thing that really stood out was our organisation at the back. I think 10 goals in 3 games is really uncharacteristic of this team and Gary Monk's teams in general. And we looked back to our solid ways. The defence recently has been a bit all over the place. Been gaps in the defence. We haven't quite held our shape as well. We've not really been as dogged and as strong as we need to be. But I thought we were all those again last night. The sending off, I thought, was a bit surprising, because he sent him off for a second yellow card, but that tackle was bad enough to be a straight red card. And he had the audacity to complain. I thought that it was quite funny, really, because it's a straight red card. I think he was late, he was high. But regardless, they had the man sent off. And then, in all credit to Millwall, I thought they were fantastic. They came out and they came fighting. At the minute they had a man sent off, they took the initiative, and I thought they were the better team for a good 45 minutes of that game. Not that we played extremely poorly, but Millwall were really hard to handle at times. They're a very physical team. They've got a good balance of good technical players and a lot of physicality, and they managed to work the ball into good wide positions, and then they'll put crosses into the box, and they'll try and hit Steve Morrison or Lee Gregory, who are 2 really good strikers in this league. But I thought our centre halves were back to their usual reliable selves yesterday. Good to see Harley Dean. I've actually not been too pleased with Harley Dean's performances of late. I'm a big admirer of Harley Dean. I think as a ball-playing centre-half, he's phenomenal in this league, and he possesses great abilities and great pace. But of late, he just has been a bit of a shadow of himself. But last night, back to his usual self, composed, calm on the ball, bringing the ball out, and strong as well, and getting to a lot of things first. Second half was exactly the same. That Millwall really wanted it. We threatened a few times. We were looking at 1-0 to hit them on the break. We were happy to soak up that pressure, take the long balls into the box, and then try and hit them on the break. I didn't think we were as effective on the break as we could have been or have been this season. You could see that Mags was definitely an asset last night that we've been missing. Wasn't quite up to scratch where he would usually be, but it was good to have him back, because whenever we broke, he was, pretty much leading the charge all the time. So that was good to see. And then we rode out. Well, I said we rode out. Look, they didn't really threaten the goal that much. And then the second goal comes a little bit against the run of play, but it was a complete killer that killed them off. They didn't threaten us at all after that. Good ball into the box. I think our set pieces of late have been really good again. A bit of a scramble in the box. Couldn't really get on the end of it, and then obviously it's whoever it's lucky enough to fall to, and luckily it's fell to, well, of all people, Michael Morrison, former Charlton player at Millwall, scoring, and the captain leading by example. And after 2-0, it was a bit of a dead game, to be honest. We just rode the game out as you'd expect, and I think Millwall knew that there was no point chasing it, because at 2-0 with 10 men. That's some sort of miracle to come back from there. So it's, massively pleasing performance. I took a draw yesterday at the start of play. considering how bad of a run, I say bad, you know, 3 games without a win is a bad run for us. But a bit of a sticky patch. I'd have took a draw away from home, especially at a place where we are the first team to stop Millwall from scoring at home. So another, you know, another one to the achievements, I suppose, of this season. That's testament to the players, really, and how well we've played this season. A few special mentions last night. I thought Christian Pedersen was absolutely outstanding. Player that is still, you know, you could say adapting to the league. I think he's turning out to be a super buy. Don't get me wrong, he's not set the world alight, but he's Mr. Consistent. He's definitely Jonathan Ground's version 2 upgraded. They definitely looked to actually, you know, get on him. They stuck Steve Morrison on him, and he'd peel off to try and beat Pedersen in the air for those aerial duels. And I think he almost bullied Steve Morrison, which doesn't really happen in this league. And I think he did extremely well. Gary Gardner, good to see him back in the team, doing exactly what he'd been doing all season. He needs to work on his shooting a little bit, because a few skew-whiff shots throughout the game, but overall he's passing again, and he just brings that little bit of composure to the table, which we've been missing in the last 2 games against Hull and Villa. We still massively miss Hotter. I think the sooner he's back, the better. I'm glad he wasn't risked Wednesday nights. I really would hope to see him back in the team for Saturday's game against Preston. I don't know. I haven't actually had any team news yet, but I couldn't say whether he's fit or not. But you know, fingers crossed he's got a chance with that one. So overall, my ratings for the game on Wednesday night, I think Camp actually had a really solid game. Whatever he was asked to do, he dealt with quite well. A great double save early on in the second half, and he came to claim a few corners and crosses really well. So 7.5 for Camp. I think he's got quite a few clean sheets this season, and I think the guy deserves a lot of credit. He had a lot of stick coming in. Yes, he's conceded a few in the last few games, but I don't think he wasn't really at fault at Villa, so credit to him. The back four, Colin, he still isn't his usual self. I think he was steady last night, but not quite as good as he has been for us most of the time he's been here. So 6.5 for Conlan. It might be a bit harsh, but he can do better. Morrow, 7.5, gets the goal, and I think him and Harley Dean, 7.5 for both of them, because you know they played extremely well, and that partnership was tested last night against the strength of their 2 forwards, but they did really well. An 8 for Christian Pedersen. I think that he was so consistent and so steady down that left-hand side, and he offered a threat coming forward a little bit sometimes down that left-hand side. Good range of passing, which is surprising for a left-back in this division. 2 centre midfielders, Kifton Bell did well, 7 for Kifton Bell. A little bit of a bystander at times, but we know he's just going to cover the hard miles, and he did exactly that last night. And Gary Gardner, again, a 7. I think he was steady, nothing special, but it was good to have him back in the team, and I think he did very well to come straight back in and do what he did. Connor Mahoney, a 6.5. I don't think, again, he didn't do much. What he did, he put a few good deliveries in, he ran at his man a few times, but again, the kid's a talent, and I think we just need a little bit more from Mahoney in that final third, that final ball, that final delivery. To be a bit more decisive, I think, would be nice, but he played okay. Mags gets a 7 from me, again, nice and steady. Didn't do too much. He got at his man a little bit better. He managed to be a bit more direct than Mahoney, but you can see that he's steadily making his way back from his injury of late. Shea would get an 8 as well from me. I thought he was fantastic last night. I thought he was such a menace for their back line. I mean, pace and strength is frightening in this league, and he offers both of those, and he was so unlucky not to get the first goal. And he was a constant threat all night, and great hold-up play as well. And then the Duke gets a 7 from me. A bit of a quiet night for Duke, but he did a few good things. His hold-up play, again, as ever, was good. I thought he's closing down, and his passing range was really good. So overall, a really good performance from Blues. And we take that into Saturday now, guys. But guys, thank you so much for watching. If you could leave a like down below, that would help me out massively. And if you could also, don't forget to comment what you thought. Were you there? And what you thought of the performance. It wasn't our best performance, but a win's a win at the end of the day, guys. And don't forget, if you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe and press the notification bell so you don't miss any of the latest content. But that's all for me, guys. Don't forget to check out my Preston preview and my Millwall vlog. They should be in the links down below. And sorry for the congestion, guys, because there's a lot of games and it's hard for me to get the videos out so quickly, guys. But thanks so much for watching, and I will see you later in the week, guys. Keep right on.